All should be set. Oh, there we go. Now there's actual sound. Let's see. Gotta double check that it's over there. Hey, Annika, good to see ya. Sorry, I was a second late getting this up. Let's see, and make sure that this is in everywhere else too. Let me share this. Two more, and blam. There we go. Starting up in just a second. Oh, I guess a couple minutes, but let's see, it was all posted good, right? Very cool. I'll be right back. 1 second. That there. Hello, is Essie from around, I think, right? Good to have you here, sir. Everybody else who's in here too, welcome. Getting started in about 6 minutes. Hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday morning so far. Had a good breakfast. Had a good night's sleep. Looks like everything's still holding up well. Super cool, all right. It's good to know for the most part all those technical issues are behind us. I'll knock on wood real quick. There we go. Oh yeah, the door right there. No, we got about 5 minutes until we start, guys. I tried dropping the resolution a little bit, that might help. If you go, I think it's usually on the bottom right of the video, there's like a little gear, if I remember YouTube correctly. See what it says. Welcome, guys. I woke up like this too, minus the ghee. Super mind if you go, and check if it's on auto. A lot of times it'll adjust and then it'll get you that little circle to kind of update the resolution. Pick one of them. If internet's having little issues, 480p is probably going to be a little bit better than 720. I don't think there should be an option for 1080. If there is, don't pick that one. I'm pretty sure that I don't think the stream going out is up to that resolution. It's just at 720. Otherwise, the computer would have issues with it. Or mine would. We got 4 minutes here. If you haven't already, my advice wouldn't be to go grab something really big, but depends how your stomach's feeling. Good morning, Sahela. But if you got something a little small to eat. If not, there's a lot of times when I wake up and I'll go do a workout or I'll go for a run and then I'll have breakfast right afterwards. All depends on how your body feels. And make sure you guys are drinking some water here. I unfortunately forgot my regular water bottle. It's sitting on my counter at home right now. Normally I have an extra one here, but down to the bare essentials here right now. Looks like we got about 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes till we start. It could be with the connection to the TV. Or it depends. Are you doing it like through an iPad and then trying to push it through the TV, or is there a selection on your TV to go to YouTube? Ah, yeah. So that might be the issue. If it's on your phone and then you're sending it to the TV, it may cause a little bit of issue there. Mirroring it. I had troubles with that for a while. What I found worked better when trying to watch any kind of YouTube video on a TV was actually having it hardwired to a computer, right, with an HDMI cable or something along those lines. But try dropping the resolution a little bit. That may help with the transmission to the TV. I don't know if that's the right word to use, but yeah, drop the resolution a little bit and see if that helps. We got 2 minutes, everyone, 2 minutes. Make sure you guys got some space around you that you're ready to move around. Let me double check before we start, make sure all my sounds are off. That way you guys don't hear any text messages come through or any Discord messages. Looks like we're all set. Sparring stance a little bit here. Got about a minute and a half here, guys. A minute and a half and we're going to get started. So again, as always, make sure that you've got some space around you. If you haven't already, make sure you get a quick drink of water. Have some ready for you throughout the day. One minute, guys, 1 minute. Here we go. We're all set. Cool. We've got if you were in class earlier this week, you can already know, right? We've got a little bit more of a stationary class. We're not moving around as much. If you've got a lot of pinions going on, you tend to have a little bit more movement. So maybe black belts if you're on, we'll move a little bit more, but I've also got some striking sets, so we're sticking basically to one spot. Whatever works best for you, sir. You can still follow along on the phone perfectly well. If you find a way to have it up on the TV and get a little bit bigger view, it's always exciting too. But whatever's going to work best for you. Awesome. Yeah, usually I can tell when there's something wrong on my end of the stream. I get some feedback on here where it either says, I'm losing this many frames or it's not connecting too well. With the exception of the one time when I couldn't see the chat. I had no idea what was going on. But it looks like it's time to start, guys. So let's start this Saturday morning. Let's start this weekend off right. Let's come to attention. How do you guys feel today? Let's bow. So warm up again this week. Just going really simple here, right? Let's jog in place. We're going to go for about a minute of just jogging. If you want to add some sprints, if you want to add some up downs, you can add those in, right? But I'm just going to jog here for about a minute. And then I've got a little different warm-up that I like to do, that I mentioned in class earlier this week, as well as in the recorded classes too. So feel free to jump in with me on that as well. Hopefully you guys are having a good time learning those striking sets and everything's coming relatively easily. It's not anything too complex. Hopefully the instruction was alright. And we'll get to some fun with those today as well. Because remember, we got tip testing starting in like a couple days, right? 2 days would be the official start of tip testing week. So looking forward to that. We've got about 10 seconds left here, jogging just a little bit more. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. All right. I'm just going to bounce side to side here, arms moving around. Head moves a little bit too. Again, just kind of warming the body up, a whole body moving here. Jumping up and down every once in a while. Again, the idea is I just want to get my body moving. I don't want to do any like serious warm-ups yet. No sets of 50 push-ups or jump squats before I can warm all my muscles up, get the joints moving around too. Let's go about 15 more seconds here, so we'll be at about 45 total with this. Jumping up and down a little bit. You see everyone's just kind of shaking the arms out too. There's going to be different muscles that you need to warm up that I may not, or that I'll need to warm up more than you guys. So this is a nice one you can just kind of move around and focus on certain ones. All right, next, feet apart. And oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to take this off so you can see everything. Feet apart, forearms to the knees, and just push to the sides like this. We're going to shift back and forth, side to side. Hope you guys had, if you did have a breakfast, had a good one. I saw something about pancakes earlier, that sounded pretty nice. I had some coffee. Had a little bit of some turkey bacon and some eggs. All right, shifting side to side a little bit more here. Rocking until one leg stretches out and then the other one. Just back and forth. Then it'll be a nice stretch too if you sit back here and you keep that one leg straight. Keeping this foot flat on the ground. Other side. Also good way to warm up. We're doing some lateral squats in just a second. And this gets pretty close to that, right? Excellent. Now straighten those legs out. Drop your body forward. If I turn here, right? I'm just going to drop myself and let my upper body get really heavy. Trying to keep these legs straight. I can feel in the hamstrings back here. Excellent. All right, so first warm-up, official one, would be the lateral squats. We start, feet a little bit wider, and you're going to bend one knee, bring your body to one side, and that knee, keep your posture. And we're going to go 10 on each side. You can either go 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, right? Or go one side 10 times, and then the other side 10 times. I'm going to be switching back and forth here. But 10 each side. Ready, on your marks, get set, and let's go. There's 1 each side for me. I'm bringing the toes up on the foot that I'm not leaning towards. Right here. It's going to make the balance for me a little bit easier. Ooh, I lost count there. I think that that's 4. It might have been a little bit more, but I'll up it, or I'll bring it down so I get a little extra. 6. There's 7. There's 8. 9, and then 1 more here. 10. Good. All right. Simushana crunches. You guys ready? Let's break full. Again, I mentioned at the beginning, make sure you've got some space around you so that you're not going to accidentally step on anything or trip on anything or kick something, right? Make sure you got a little safe area here. So, for Simushana crunches, remember keeping the legs straight. Body up, I've got my forearm on the ground here. Knees are gonna come to my chest. My chest is gonna come up to my knees. And then I'm gonna extend back out. All right, we're going 15 seconds each side. All right, ready, set, and go. The rest of the family is barely awake. Ooh, man, getting a good workout in before they've woken up. Again, we're going about 15 seconds. We're already 5 seconds in. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, break. Other side. Let's get started right away. Go. There we are. We're at about, looks like 7 seconds, and we're halfway there. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and break. Nice. All right, guys, we've got a couple sets of push-ups to do here. If you were in class earlier this week, you followed along with the warm-ups, you have an idea of what's coming up. We've got 5 diamond push-ups, 5 pike push-ups, and then 5 regular push-ups. If you want to substitute all of them with just regular push-ups, you are more than welcome to do that. Quick heads up on what they look like. So for the diamond push-up, I make this diamond with my hands. I'm going to put it down underneath my chest. And then I'm going to bend my arms, keeping my body straight and getting as low as I can. Then I'm going to push back up. So down, back up. Get as low as you can with those ones. The second one's pike push-ups. For these ones, you can either put hands on the ground, feet come in pretty close, drop your head, and it should feel like you're pushing the ground above your head. That's the idea with it. A little more challenge would be feet up on something a little higher. Right, maybe right here. And then I'm pushing more of my body weight. Even harder would be feet way up like this. And you're pushing up. Whew. Those get challenging, but 5 of each kind. Let's see our best guys. Ready? On your marks, get set. Starting with diamonds. Go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got pike push-ups next. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And finally, those regular push-ups again. If you need to adjust, you always can. Ready? 5 regular push-ups. Ready, set, and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and quick. Cool. Everyone all wrapped up with those push-ups? Especially if you got started early, you might have had a chance to go through 2 times. All right, we're going to get a quick second cycle here, a quick second circuit. So instead of doing 10 lateral squats each side, I'm going to do 5. If you're feeling pretty warmed up, you're like, all right, I'm feeling pretty good, I want to jump into the stretching, go ahead and jump into that, all right? Listen to your body, feel what does what feel right. Do what feels right. After that, 15 seconds of the Simushana crunches, and I'm going to drop it down to just 3 of each kind of push-up, all right? So if you want to jump in with me, you can. If you want to work on those stretches a little bit, you can do that too. Here we go. Ready? And go. I'm going 5 each side. Here's 2 on each side. 3, 4, and 5. Jumping into my Simushana crunches, 15 seconds each side. No break in the middle. Ready, go. Try to keep that heart rate up. I'll have to remember to share that with you guys. I tracked my heart rate through the class on Thursday and switch sides. Tracked the heart rate through the class on Thursday. It was really fun to see. We got 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, break. Push-ups. 3 of each. If you have time, you want to do some extras, you can. Diamond, pike, and regular. Ready, set, and go. 2, 3, 4, 5. Pike push-ups next to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and regular push-ups next. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Finish those up. Nice work, guys. If you got a couple left to do, wrap them up real quick. let's jump into some stretches next, all right? We'll start here nice and simple, butterfly stretch. Sit down, bottom of the feet together, and push down on the knees. There we go. Hopefully you're breathing a little heavier than you were before. Heart rate's up a little bit, building up a little sweat. Now remember, push yourself. I can't be there right now saying, hey, do this, do this, do this. As a martial artist, right, we've got that willpower to say, I think I can go a little bit faster with these crunches, or I think I can do a couple extra push-ups. Butterflies, flying to Hawaii. You can flap those knees a little bit if you want to. Just make sure you don't do it too much. You don't want to hurt your legs a little bit. But flying to Hawaii does sound kind of nice right now. Feet straight out, reach for your toes. I don't know if anyone had a chance to spend a little bit of time outside, but it was quite nice outside yesterday. A little bit of a breeze. Reaching for those feet. Next one, let's let me scoot back here. I'm going to take one leg and I'm going to pull it back, have the top of my foot on the ground, and you should feel a stretch on the front of your leg here on the quads. I guess just one, right on the quadricep here. Lean back a tiny bit until you feel the stretch. And as always with these, don't push it too far. It shouldn't be painful. There should be a little bit of tension. Good, other side. All right, about 30 more seconds. Pick a stretch that you would like to do. Whether that's the frog stretch or butterfly stretch again, or you know another stretch that you really enjoy, or leg swings, whatever you want to do. 30 seconds, your favorite stretch, all right? Go for it. While you do that, message of the week is take care of the days and the years take care of themselves. Right, the idea is that, it's from Under Frog, cool. The idea is that if we think about everything we have to do in the course of a year, it can get overwhelming. There's a whole lot that goes into that. And what we may sometimes forget is that what we do on a daily basis is going to dictate what we do throughout the year. So instead of worrying about the entire year, I'm going to worry about today. Right? Did I get some exercise in? And these are priorities in my life of what I want to do to make sure that I stay healthy, or goals of mine, right? Did I get a workout in? Am I eating healthier? Am I making sure I go outside and get some sunlight? Right? If I make sure that I do those every day, then that's putting me on the path to having a successful year where I don't have to plan that year. It's going to take care of itself because I took care of each and every day along the way. So take care of the days, and the years take care of themselves. That is our message of the week. It looks like we've got about 45 seconds total on that stretch, a little extra. So go ahead and stand up, guys. We got some striking sets to do here, okay? So first up, I think I'm still live, but I can't see what you guys are saying right now, just heads up. So, striking sets for beginning and level 1 kids. We're working on striking set 1. So if I ever say, hey, striking set 1 team, you know I'm talking to you. For level 2s, as well as beginner, intermediate, teen, adult, we're working on striking set number 2. Level 3, so anybody who's green belt and up, where's green? There we go, right behind me, oh man. Green belt and up, you guys are working on striking set 3. And then black belts, we're wrapping up pinion number 9. So let's jump into these, all right? Here we go. Okay, I can see you guys again. Whew. Everyone with striking set 1 first. Reminder, usually we step with that right foot in a horse's stance. Traditionally, we'll do this from a horse's stance every time. If in your tip video you want to do it from a ready stance, I'm fine with that right now. But know that traditionally it would be in a horse's stance, okay? Just an important thing to remember. 1 and 2 are palm strikes. And 3 and 4 were punches. So if I came in here, hands closed, right hand first, open hand palm, 1, sir. Left hand, 2, sir. Now I'm going to the right hand again. It's going to do a punch, 3, and then left hand punches for 4. Remember, I'm going to mirror you through these striking sets. So right side of the screen, that means right hand. Left side of the screen means left hand, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 and 6 are back knuckles. Make sure those ones are snappy. So I don't just kind of bring it out and bring it back in, but instead, it's gonna shoot out, and it's gonna shoot straight back in, all right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Striking set 1 team, I want you guys to work on that. If you can, start going around the world. If you feel great with it, go from 6 down to 1. Whew. Striking set 2 team. We started with Shudo chops, and level 3 and striking set 3 team, this is important to know too, because we have some Shudo chops in ours, right? Starts up by the ear. I'm gonna whip it down. I've got a flick of the wrist. It's hard to kind of show that in the video, especially if it gets a little choppy, but flick of the wrist for Shudo chop, hitting to the base of the neck with the blade of the hand right here. So that's 1 and 2. 1, 2. For 3 and 4, it's a horizontal spear to the throat. So I can either go open hand, come on the side, you can see open hand like that, or I can curl my fingers in. My thumb is still gonna stay on the side of my hand there, but I can either go flashy or practical with this, okay? I've got 3 and 4, and then 5 and 6 are vertical spears. It doesn't necessarily matter. It's gonna be bent a little bit. It's hard to see an arm with a gi sleeve, huh? Right, so if I'm here, I'm gonna strike. It's gonna have a little bend to it there, not a whole lot. It can extend a little bit more if I had to get a little more reach. But the good thing with this one is if it hits something, then it's going with the bend of the elbow. The ones that you want to be concerned more with is like the ridge hand. Because if I hit here, then that would force, I'm trying to think of a good angle here, like if I hit this way and I hit something, it would force my elbow the wrong direction. So that's the one that I'm going to really be concerned with, the elbow. But 1 and 2, 3 and 4 are spears, again horizontal to the throat. 5 and 6 are vertical spears to the groin. So striking set 2 team, I want you guys to drill on that. Go for it. Striking set 3 team. We're not going to go 6 at a time. We're doing 4 because there's a little bit more to ours. Remember, tiger claw. It starts with a palm and you grab. Palm, grab. You imagine like a palm strike to the head, grab the hair. Palm strike to the chin, and you could like grab to the mouth and the eye or something like that. Palm to the body and grab the skin. Grab, grab. Striking set, moves 3 and 4, bear claws. Palm strike first and rake down with the fingers. Same thing, other hand, rip down. 3, 4. The big thing that you guys need to remember with this one is we don't want to strike with our fingers. So if I turn to the side here, I want this strike to hit first, then the fingers come out. All right, maybe I'll get a little closer here. Boom, hit and grab. Or hit and rake down. If I just strike with the fingers, then I'm going to be the one who ends up in pain. So, right? 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Black belts. We got pinion 9, right? We wrapped up at 43 last time. I'm going to mirror you guys again, where left leg did the kick, our right hand had just done a punch, and our left foot is in front of us. So left foot comes back, left hand palm block. Next, right hand upward block. We're going to step back with our left foot, which will allow our right hand to do an outward block at the same time. So it'll end up looking like this. And then back knuckle at the end. We're going to do that same thing a second time, but if I was here, it's 44, 45, 46, 47. Same thing other side. Now it's right hand, 48, and this is a little extra that you can do if you want to bring that upward block underneath the block. I just think it looks cool and it feels fun to do. 49, 50, 51. And we're done. We finish it off. One more time, black belts. Left foot back, left hand palm, right hand upward block, outward block, back knuckle. Same thing other side. 48, 49, 50, 51. And we're done with pinion number 9. So, black belt, start drilling that last little bit. If you feel really comfortable with that and you want to practice all 51 moves, now's the time to do it, all right? Back to striking set 1. Remember this, we had palm, palm, punch, punch, back knuckle, back knuckle. All right, one more time. Palm, palm, punch, punch, back knuckle, back knuckle. Elbows come next. We got all of our longer range techniques out of the way. Now it's short range. So I bend my arms, I've got my elbows. Right elbow first, left elbow second. Then the knees, so that's 7 and 8. Knees are 9 and 10. 9 with the right knee, 10 with the left knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right elbow, left elbow for 7, 8. And then 9 and 10. Woo, there we go. One more time. Palms first. Punches second. We got back knuckles next. Elbows for 7 and 8. And then his knee smashes 9 and 10. Striking set 1 team, you guys are ready. All 10 moves. Striking set 2 team. We left off Shudo, Shudo for 1 and 2. Spear, spear for 3 and 4. Vertical spears for 4 and 5. Or sorry, for 5 and 6. And now ridge hands for 7 and 8. The ridge hand, remember that I'm going to be hitting with this triangle right here from the base of my thumb to the wrist up to the pointer finger, that first knuckle there. And if I've got my thumb underneath, then if I turn this way, you'll be able to see a little bit, there's a flat surface there. But if I don't, now that surface is gone. So I want it right here. That way I can strike. And as I mentioned a little bit before, as we're talking with Shudo chops, is you want your elbow to be bent just a little bit. That way you can keep it from extending too much, hyperextending there. Keep it bent a little bit as I make contact to keep my elbow safe. So, right hand first, 7, left hand next, 8. Just like the spears, if you want to, you can keep the fingers flared out or pulled in. Either one works. There's no really flashy or practical with that. It's just kind of personal preference. So, 7 and 8, right side, side to side, before we chop to our left, and then same thing other side for 10. Side to side left, chop to the right. 9, side to side right side, 10, side to side left. So it looks like this. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That is it for striking set 2. So striking set 1 and 2 team. Practicing those. If you feel pretty confident with it, then see, can I go backwards? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and test that out, all right? Go for it. Level 3 team, advanced team for striking set 3. We had the tiger claws and the bear claws locked in. Now we have our Shudo chops. We have Shudo chop double short and Shudo chop double long. So, double short, we hit the regular Shudo chop, but then it comes into our solar plexus here, and it strikes out again the blade of the hand hitting the throat. Same thing, other hand for, it would be 6 here. Shudo chop, in, chop to the throat, all right? Make sure all good, cool. Here, in and strike, and then 6, Shudo, strike. For 7 and 8, it's double long. We start with the same Shudo chop, but it comes across our body, we cover, much like pinion number 1, or you might remember grab art defense 4, we kind of had a cover there. Very similar, chop, and then other hand, cover, chop to the other side of the neck. 7 and 8. We're going back to 5 and 6. Shudo double short is 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. 9 and 10, finishing it off, simple vertical punches. Nice and easy. Great way to finish it. We'll grab a quick drink of water here. If you guys have any questions on those exact strikes right now or the order, let me know real quick, okay? Before I get into, I know some other stuff that I want to mention. Are we all set? Quick note on pinion 9 as a quick question. I'll get to that 1 second there. See if Ramon's in here. Any other black belts? That move count has changed so many times over the years. Don't be super caught up with what move is what number. Make sure that the moves flow and that you've got a good pace to it. Okay. If I wanted to, I could make it instead of 1. It could be, or sorry, that would be 2. Instead of 1 and then 2, it can be broken down to 1, 2, 3. You get the idea, right? So don't worry about the move count, worry about the flow. All the striking sets down, cool. That was from earlier. Yeah, the cool part about this, if you got all the videos up there, there's nothing stopping you from learning the other ones, right? Especially if you're in here. So you get a chance to see them all three. Let's see, I know there's a couple more things that I wanted to mention. Ooh, oh yeah. So it's about making sure that, and I think I've talked about this a little bit before, especially we had a technique of the week one week about forward reverse punches, right? And we're gonna have another one about back knuckles pretty soon, but with those punches, one of the ideas was how we throw them in a traditional form. And with all of these strikes, you wanna keep that same idea in mind where you want it to look very real, right? Just looking at the technique, I can say, yeah, that's a Shudo chop, right? Yeah, that's a spear. But as a martial artist, if you look at this, you're saying, well, that looks like a Shudo chop, but is it really a strike? And we'd oftentimes say, well, no, right? I was just kind of going through the motions. If I add a little more oomph to it, now all of a sudden, it looks a little bit more real. And I hope that that comes across through the screen well. But the idea of that is we start our techniques quickly and we stop them quickly. So instead of doing 10 punches in a row like this, where I never stopped moving my body, it was just my arms were trying to move as fast as possible, I'm gonna start this punch as quickly as I can, and I'm gonna finish it as quickly as I can. I'm gonna roll this sleeve up a little bit here too to show something. All right, the other thing would be, if I go from the side here, you can probably tell, let's see, here. You can tell that if there's a little bend to it, I can extend it a little bit more, but I don't want to go past that, right? I'm going to throw the punch and it stops where there's a little bend to the arm. Normally, if you look from a farther distance, you won't be able to tell, but if I extend it, all right, you can tell there's a little bit more to it. And that way I'm saving my elbow. All of these strikes, you want that. It's going to hit, but it's going to stop into its spot, and it's going to stick into its spot. If I don't do that, oftentimes there'll be a little bit of a wiggle to the strike, but if I stop it just early enough with the arm bent just a slight amount, then I'm gonna be able to keep the strike in the spot, and I'm gonna make it still have power even though it doesn't have the feedback of a bag or a pad that I'm hitting. So, and that's applicable at all the strikes we just did, right? Palm strike for the tiger claw. Boom, I'm gonna hit, it stopped, grab. Same thing, boom. It's got that quick snap to it before it pulls back quickly. Boom, boom, shh. So make sure that you've got that snappiness of the technique, that it stops real quick and it starts real quick. Awesome. Looks like no last questions on any strikes in there. So we are good to jump into some sparring stuff here. Cool, well, let's do this. So, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So we're working on these blocking counters, right? And I was looking at the most practical blocking counter, the one that I use the most, not trying to get fancy with like doing blocking schemes quite yet. It's just I'm going to shield my head or I'm going to palm block, right? And I'm throwing a counter punch with the other hand because I still really love that quote. I don't fear the man who practiced 10,000 kicks one time. You fear the one who practiced one kick 10,000 times. Let's get really good at some sparring techniques. We don't need 1,000 things we can do. If we have 10 things that we can do really well, we can be really effective. I'm thinking the same thing in terms of like self-defense. I want to have a couple strikes that I can throw. Palms, elbows, knees, kicks are going to work really well. I don't necessarily need to have some wild techniques that I can do. With that said, some of them are really fun. We got a chance to do Superman punch not too long ago. But, right, so sparring stance here. Many times, awesome. That's going to help so much when you get a lot of repetition in. So if I'm here in my sparring stance, remember, freeze for a second, that with a sparring stance, we turn to the side. So the knot of my belt is facing towards this Wavemaster right now. And I'm sparring towards you guys. The goal with that is that in sparring, we have a couple target areas. They can hit to our ribs, to our stomach, to our head, to the temple here on the side of the body. So that means they cannot hit to the top of the head, the back of the head, the face, obviously, right? Even if our partner doesn't have a face mask, or to the back. So, or anything below the belt. So with that in mind, if I was facing you guys right now, you can hit me in the stomach, you can hit both ribs, and you can hit both temples. So if my math is correct, that's 5 targets, right? 5 things that I have to worry about. If I turn to the side here, can you still hit the rib here? Yeah, right? You can definitely hit the ribs there. The stomach, yes. Temple, yes. This one over here is a little bit harder it's still relatively easy to hit. But then this rib back here, way out of the area. You cannot hit that, right? It's on the opposite side. So I've limited your targets to just 4. This hand can kind of cover and this hand can kind of cover, right? So that's the importance of turning to the side. Now, let's start with a shielding block for our block and counter. Let's say they're hitting towards this side of my body, right? Where my back is, but coming up to the temple. My lead hand is going to come up and shield. Then I'm going to turn my hips, and this back hand is going to throw that straight punch before I pull it back in. I want it to be in that straight line forward, straight line back. No swing before, no swing after, right? So sparring stance here, hand comes up, turn those hips, punch to the body, pull it back, slide away, and get to your sparring stance. And I'm adding that slide back because if I'm in a sparring round, they probably slid forward to hit me. We're in a striking range. I want to get away. If I got a point, man, I want to get out of there quick. So, sparring stance, cover, rotate and punch, pull it back, and get away. Again, shield, punch, pull back, and we're getting out of there. And then you try and combine it so that when they're doing their strike, I'm going to turn my hips and punch right when my block is moving up. So they start to strike, I realize where it's coming from, hit, and back out. And again, hit, slide back out. And it's going to become easier to recognize these strikes the more you do them. Or sorry, the more you spar. You're going to see how someone's body moves before they strike. You're going to see how their arm extends. That's going to help you assess which block you need to use. All right, just like with everything, it comes with practice. So, again, here we are. Shield comes up. Turn those hips and punch. Slide back out. Trying to make sure that I keep my hands up throughout this process. Block and counter. Slide away. Yeah, he loved this. He really got his hip turned into it when he did the strike. If I'm here, and I think I mentioned this on Thursday too, is that this back hip is going to play a big role in how far we can strike. So if I'm back here, I can strike, and you can see that there's that red and black bag behind me, right? Right now I'm hitting like to the middle of the bag. If I start to turn my hip a little bit, you can see it going a little farther. If I turn a little bit more, I'm getting almost towards the end of that red bag, right? And that's just from turning those hips. I got the hands here. You scoot back, you can see feet are this as well, right? Feet don't change. I can't get too far. Turning more. Look at that heel coming up on this right foot back here. That's going to drive me forward and get me a lot more reach with that punch. Exactly. You learn how to do the technique separately, and you learn, hey, I got to do these at the same time. Otherwise, they're not effective. Right? If someone does a technique and I go, boom, block, counter, by then, they'll get their hands back. So it's about that same time. Again, 2 more times, and then we'll talk about that palm block, all right? So sparring stance, hands are up. They throw that strike, shield, counter punch. Again, look at this. The hips driving forward, slide back away. 1 more time. Block and counter, back it up. Right back to that sparring stance again. Nice. So that's one way that you can effectively block and counter. If this strike is coming over here, doesn't matter what they were doing. If their ribs are open, and more often than not, if they're attacking, if they're throwing an offensive technique, they will be, then this punch can work. The other side, if they've got it coming to the other side of my head, obviously if they're trying to hit this side of my head, this isn't going to work, right? So I got to substitute it. Instead of the shielding block here, I'm going to bring the hand across my body, doing a palm block. You also may hear it called the inside block if you've done those before, right? But it's the same thing, it's just a different name. So, all right, they're striking over here. I like to take this lead hand and block, and then this back hand here can turn over and punch before I pull it out and slide back. So again, block, counter. Again, this hip is still turning forward. That's the key in getting range with this strike, and I slide back away. Ready? Palm block, rotate, pull it back, and get to that sparring stance. All depends on what you can do in terms of defensive techniques. Whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever they're presenting. I'm getting too advanced here. Hold on, let's stick with this, right? Get that palm block, rotate and punch, and slide back out. Boom. And notice I'm sticking to one side right now. As I start to practice, I may add the other side in. I wouldn't do that until you feel really comfortable with one side. because there's no rule saying that you have to spar on both. You can pick one that's your favorite, right? Just like if I had to defend myself, I don't have to say, you know what, I like this one, but let me try this one right now. It's what am I comfortable with? What am I going to be most effective at? The only time you really need to be able to spar on both sides is when you're getting to a point where you're like in a tournament, and people are like sparring specifically for that. But don't have to worry about that. If you want tournament stories, ask me after class, okay? They can be a lot of fun. So here we go. Let's go about 30 seconds here. It's just blocking counters. So you're going to be moving around a little bit. If you've got about 5 feet by 5 feet, you should be able to kind of shift your way around. And then whenever you feel like it, throw that counter punch or that blocking counter. Whether it's from that shielding block or this palm block right here, just getting the motion of that blocking counter, getting back to a sparring stance, and the hands are up. 30 seconds, all right? 30 seconds. I'm going to get a quick drink of water at the beginning here. Ready, set, and go. Good, we're about 10 seconds in. Again, trying to practice both of them here. Couple more seconds here. 3 more seconds. Got a little extra time here because I didn't get a chance to start right when you guys did. And break wherever you're at. Block and counter, I can't emphasize how important those are. Anytime, and I'm sure Superman, you'll back me up on this. You've heard me say it a lot, too many times probably. 2 C's in sparring you need are combos and counters. Right? If you can throw combos and you can throw counters, you're going to find yourself scoring a lot of points in sparring. Same thing, self-defense, if I need to. Those counters are going to be really important. Making sure that it's not just one move, but I'm comboing them together. I can try and hit once, and then I hit a second time. That's what's going to allow me to defend myself a little more effectively, or to spar a little bit more effectively. Yeah, sorry, I knew you would have heard that a lot of times. So combos and counters, combos and counters. We did a little bit of combos recently. I want to make sure we got a little counter in the sparring practice too. So that's all that I think. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to mention. I mentioned on Thursday as well as the balance in our footwork. Is that we always want to have 50% of our weight on each foot. I don't think I mentioned this in class on Wednesday if you were in a live one then. But the idea is, let's say that I'm sparring these bags over here, who are my partners. I always want to be here bouncing on the balls of my feet. So if I turn, you can see the heels up off the ground. It's going to allow me to move a little bit more quickly. And I want 50% of my weight on each foot. Because if I'm shifting my weight back and forth, and you can see that pretty easily from the side here. You can also tell it really easily if I'm going towards you guys here. And try it out with me. If you're doing your sparring stance right now, if I go back and forth, it's probably really clear to you when I would try and throw a back knuckle, right? I'm not going to do it here while I slide away from you. That's not very offensive in terms of like I'm going to score a point. It would almost always be right here. When I've loaded up, it makes it easier for you to time the block and counter. So instead, when I spar, I want to be here. I know you can't see my feet right now, but you can probably tell how my weight is moving. It's mostly up and down, but I'll tell you, my feet aren't leaving the ground. There's a little less weight on them, but I'm keeping half of my weight on each foot. And that's going to allow me, whenever I need to slide forward. Or, right, if I'm here and I realize, hey, you're coming forward, boom, that's going to allow me to get away and throw a defensive kick a lot more efficiently. So, as you practice these, 50% of your weight on each foot. Boom, there's the counter, reset. 50%. As you move, yes, you're going to tell, like, I have to shift the weight a little bit. I put most of it on my left, so I can come back here, but I got right back to 50. Boom, there's my counter punch. Boom, there's my counter. Trying to keep 50% of my weight on each foot makes everything easier to do. So, we're like once a day, every day. It's an important thing in sparring you want to hear a lot of times, right? The more you hear something, the easier it is to do. So, that's what we got today, guys. Striking sets, pinion 9 for black belts, we're wrapping it up. And then that block and counter, really for everything, but looking a little bit more at the sparring version of it. You don't have to have the sparring techniques in your tip videos next week, but the striking sets, that's what tips are on, right? Make sure it's got all 10 strikes in there. You can do it from a horse's stance if you want to, or a ready stance. But I'm going to keep saying it. Just remember that traditionally they're done from a horse's stance. I want to make sure that everyone remembers that. And yeah, make sure those strikes look sharp. That's it. Any last questions from you guys on the sparring technique that we just worked on, or on the strikes that we've done? Or on karate in general? You get one last quick drink of water here. I'll say it again, make sure you guys are drinking water through the day. I'm happy I had one bottle of water in my car, but forgot mine at home. All right, cool guys. So if there's anything, let me know, but let's come to attention. Just quick announcement, reminder, tip testing next week. If you can, please try to only submit tip videos during a tip week. Even if it's 2 weeks late or 4 weeks late, I'm not worried about that. The reason I prefer it to be during a tip week is there's a lot more steps to the tip process, and I don't want to mess anything up, so that way whatever you earn, you actually have that reflected on your profile, so we can see, hey, you've got exactly 3 tips or 4 tips. If it's not in a tip week, oftentimes I'll look at my phone, and I may see that, and I may forget about it until later, and then I try and rush it through, and I miss steps. So if you can, please do it during a tip testing week. It's okay if it's late. I had a lot of fun with it, man. It's fun to start my Saturday off like this, get a good workout and have some fun with striking sets. So I'm happy you guys enjoyed it too. We got a Tigers class starting up in, 25 minutes. So the stream will be on through that. I'm going to be in and out of the screen, getting a little bit of water, having a little snack, and making sure we're ready for that Tigers class. So good job today, guys. Let's come to attention. And I hope you guys have a safe weekend. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Make sure you drink water. All right, let's bow out of here. Class dismissed. Nice work, guys. Give yourself a quick round of applause. I'll be back in just a second. Nice work. There we go. Unmuted here. If Rory's in here, good to see you. I hope you're having a good Saturday. I saw you said something in the Discord there. Everything's set up there. Cool. Got about 15 minutes for anybody who's in here. 15 minutes until Tigers class starts. Hey guys, good to have you in here. Hope your Saturday is going well. just had a chance to look back at Discord there. Where are we at? Making sure that everything's running fine on my end here. It looked pretty good, although maybe I'm a little bit delayed on my end somehow. No, I'm back. I'm good. Cool. I'll do it every once in a while. I'll just kind of like wave or I'll shake my head back and forth to see. If anyone else new is joining in, as mentioned in the last class a lot too, make sure you guys are drinking water through the day. Very important. Can be something that's easy to forget too. I'll pull the Discord back up for now. I can see you guys in there. Yeah, especially we got some time before class starts. I have a little bit more here. Manoy and I'm pretty sure I remember this correctly. I'd have to double check with Shihan, but Manoy is a title that was more in the Philippine martial arts. I believe it means elder brother. And so, while Sifu and Simu came more from the, I believe the Kung Fu background in Kaja Kempo, Manoy and Manai come from our Philippine martial art background, which is when we use the sticks, the Eskrima sticks, or Cinco Tiros is our style for it. It comes from that, meaning elder brother and elder sister. And I'm pretty sure on that one. I may not be 100%. Actually, let me see here. I think I might have that written down right up on my computer. Yeah, it's very unique. You know, you hear Sifu and I know Kung Fu Panda, right, has Shifu. Well, it may not be exactly Sifu, but you've got those ones in other styles. Manoy I hadn't heard anywhere else. I should have that. I'm not sure where it went. I'd have to find it after class to double check. I'm pretty sure though, like 99% sure. Under training. Elder brother in Tagalog. And elder sister. Yep, so my memory serves me correctly today. We got about 8 minutes here for anybody who's watching on YouTube. So we'll get started at exactly 10:15 for Tiger's class. We're getting a chance. We've been working on our striking strike. A couple different strikes that we get to do. If anybody wanted to move around a little bit before class starts, you're going to be seeing me doing that here and there too. We just had the All-Rank Kid Teen Adult class, and so bodies are a little warmed up. I want to make sure I keep that going a little bit. I don't know if you guys heard that. That was my knee. Yikes. Well, 7 minutes. 7 minutes. Sure, can I still see everything? Yes, I can. Cool. I do. I can probably get it to, oh no, usually it happens when I squat down like that. Never had any knee pain with it though. So I just cracked here and there. I guess I'll wait till I'm a little older, huh? Well, I know I do really need to stretch more. Make sure I still see everything here. There's this wrist here and the ankle as well. So how's everybody doing? Missing having you guys at the karate school here. Ooh, double class today, nice. It gets quite lonely here without Tiger's classes happening and get a chance to work with new beginners and advanced students getting ready for tests. As always, taking an adult class I'm missing is just a bunch of fun. We got about 5 minutes, guys. I'm gonna grab a quick bit more water before class starts. If you guys haven't already, make sure you got a glass of water nearby. I've had a little water through the day, so I'll be back in just a minute, okay? There we go. Hey Rihanna and Robert, good to have you guys here. Dojo always does have really great energy. It always feels a little more like a family than anything else to me. And a lot of that does have to do with, even when I was, 7, I was here like 4 or 5 days a week. Thank my mom and dad for being able to bring me, man. And a lot of other people too. I think that's the big driving factor. We got about 3-4 minutes here, guys. 3 or 4. It was not actually. Let's see. If you know on 4th Street, it was between D and E Street. If my memory serves me right, let me think. Yeah, I believe 4th Street between D and E. Basically, if you know where Kim's Asian Mart is now, that's where we used to be originally, and then we moved to where, is it Kaya Yoga? The second place? I haven't studied enough in depth. I would love to do a lot more either judo or jiu-jitsu, right? Because our style is a little bit more stand-up. I'd love to have a little bit more of the throws or groundwork, but I took a couple, maybe 2 months of, I can't remember the name of the style. It was 9 years ago. When I went to school in Washington for a year, I took another class, and there was another martial art. They had basically a PE class with martial art taught by a guy there that I enjoyed for a little bit. But valued, I think, the instructor a little bit more and the style than respect of everyone, and so it didn't mesh with my view of martial arts. But yeah, I would love to do a lot more different styles. At least the very nice part of Kachi Kempo is we do get a good blend of stuff, right? When you look more at just Kempo, you're going to see a lot more of the flowy blocks, which we have in our style. If you guys didn't know, Kachi Kempo is a mixture of 4 different styles. KA is karate, JU, judo, jiu-jitsu, and so you see a little bit more of ground fighting or throws as you get into the advanced or black belt range. We just purposely have it back there a little bit more so that way you don't have beginners, throwing each other on the ground. And then Ken being Kempo, and then Bo, Chinese boxing or Kung Fu. So we do get a good blend. And then as I mentioned earlier with the Philippine martial arts, we get a heavy influence of that as well. So I do get like a little bit of the blend, but it's all one school. I would still love to train judo, jiu-jitsu. Where are we at? What's our time? 10:14. Okay, we got about a minute here and we're getting started. Let me take this off. You guys can see a little bit more. Hide that there. Cool. As always at the beginning, I want to remind everybody, make sure that you guys have a good amount of space around you so that you're safe as you train. Make sure that there's no Legos on the ground, there's no Hot Wheels that you might step and slip on, there's no pillows that you might accidentally trip over. Make sure you've got the ground safe and clear for you. If you can, about 5 by 5 feet would be awesome. It's definitely doable, and less than that, don't worry. And if you got more than that, even better. But make sure it's safe, and let's have a lot of fun today, guys, all right? Make sure you push yourself to be your very best and doing your best job throughout the whole class. So let us get started here. Class some attention. How do you guys feel today? Awesome, sir, let's bow. All right, our warm-up. A little bit of up-down sprint drill. We're jogging here. Now remember in the up-down sprint drill, if I say up, you're gonna jump up as high as you can. So if I'm right here and I heard up, I'm gonna jump up, try and bring my knees up high. If you can't jump right now for any reason, you can always substitute it with down, or you can just kind of sprint real quick, right? So if I said up, but you can't jump, you can always sink down and touch the ground. If I say down, bend those knees, touch the ground. If I said down twice, I'll do this. That's not right, that's just one time. Down, up, and then back up again, all right? So, jogging in place here, and we'll add that sprint in a second. Ready? Up. And down. And down. Down, up. And down, up. And up, down. Make sure my head stays in frame there. I might be able to. And up, down. There we go. Lost eyesight for a little bit. And down, down. And now when I say sprint, you're going to get your feet moving as quickly as you can for 5 seconds. All right, ready, set, and sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back to jogging. Remember, that's always our default. As soon as we're done with that sprint, we're always going to get right back to this jog here. Same thing with the up or the downs. We're going to get right back to jogging, making sure our body's moving the whole time, okay? And up, down, up. And down, up, down. And 5 seconds sprint. How fast can you go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And jog. Whew. And down, down, down. Down, stand back up. Down. Down, making sure you stand up in between each one. And up, up, up. And up, up, down. Down, 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 down. And last one here. Hopefully you guys are ready. Listen carefully. Ready? Up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, 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 down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, up, go. And break. I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Shake the arms out a little bit. Shake those legs out too. Whew. Big circle with the head if you want to. Awesome. Now, let's get a little more exercise in here. Some more strength. We're going to do a couple of push-ups and some crunches. So about 20 seconds of each. Reminder with push-ups. I'm going to scoot back here a little bit so you can see the whole body as I do this. With push-ups, you can do it a couple different ways. You can either start with your whole body on the ground, right here, where I'd put my toes down, I'd put my palms down, and then I'm going to push my whole body up, keeping it in a straight line. So see how it stayed in a straight line there? If I went like this, see how my back is bending? And then my hips came? I'm losing that straight line. So I want to keep my body straight. You can also go on your knees, but notice how again, from my knees to my shoulders, I have a straight line. If I go like this, then I lose that straight line. I start to look like a table. Here we go. Or even better, you got toes on the ground, hands on the ground too. And then drop yourself down and push yourself back up. Throughout this one, just heads up so you guys know, got a little wrist issue, so instead of going palms, I'm gonna have my knuckles down. You don't have to do that. I wouldn't advise doing it. So, we're going 20 seconds. You guys ready? 20 seconds of push-ups. On your marks, get set. Let's see our best ones. Go for it. Down and back up. Down and back up. Or if you're doing the other kind, pushing yourself up, keeping the body straight. 5 seconds here. 20 seconds goes by pretty quick, huh? 3, 2, 1, and break. All right, crunches time. Lay on your backs. You're gonna have your knees up in the air, feet on the ground. Lay flat. Bring your shoulders up off the ground and lay back down. If you want to do a full sit-up, you can, where you bring your whole body up to your knees and then lay back down. I'm just going to be doing crunches, getting myself like halfway up off the ground before I lay back down. 20 seconds, ready. On your marks, get set, and go. Let's see your best ones, guys. 5 seconds in. Oh man, we're 10 seconds. The last 5 seconds, I want you guys to go turbo speed. Ready? Go, turbo speed. 3, 2, 1, and break. Excellent. If you guys are giving that effort, good work. Let's do a little stretch here. It's called the butterfly stretch. So if I'm doing this one, the bottoms of my feet are together. I'm going to push down on my knees. If you want to, ever so gently, you can flap them a little bit. Don't go too much though, just a little bit. Now I'm going to scoot forward a little bit. You won't be able to see my stretch anymore, but let's talk about, and actually, I had this stretch a little early. I'll do another one afterwards. I want to get a little closer so you guys can see me a little better. Keep doing that stretch. Let's talk about our message, or our word. This week it's a message of the week. So normally, right, we had stuff like discipline or control, respect. We've talked about those a lot, and man, they're really important to do. And I wanted to substitute this week with something a little different. It's a story called the Boulder Story. So it goes like this. This martial artist was getting ready for their black belt test. And they were really excited. They had been working so long for it, years in the making, right? And when the day arrives, they found out they didn't have to do anything in the karate school. There were no pinions, there were no punches, kicks, or blocks. The only thing that they had to do was their instructor drove them out to a field and said, push this boulder up to the top of that hill. This boulder's this really big rock, right? So they're like, oh man, this is going to be super easy. Like the instructor, yes ma'am, I can do that. Walk up to the boulder, put their hands on the boulder. They're like, oh man, I got this super easy. And they start to push and go, and boulder stayed there. Nothing happened. Like, oh man, this might be a little bit more challenging than I thought. And so they thought, okay, you know what? I really got to dig my feet. Oh, I got to do a warm-up. We always do it at the beginning of class, right? So they did a little warm-up. They're making sure they're ready. Then they got up to that boulder again. They started to push it. Oh, look at that. It was moving a little bit, but then it rolled all the way back down. Like, this is going to be tough. I got to think of something else to do here. And we'll find out what that was in just a second. All right, guys? But let's get to our strikes. Everyone stand up for me. Find your space. Again, make sure that nothing's on the ground. Nothing you might accidentally step on or trip on, okay? Nothing that might accidentally break. Now, we get to work on our striking strike. We're going to combine 3 different strikes into a set together. It's going to work like this. The 3 strikes we need to know, I want to practice those first, are the palm strike, number 1. So we're in our sparring stance here. And when I say go, I want you to do 2 palm strikes, okay? Ready? And go. Good. Again, moving around a little bit. And go. If you can't move around too much, you can always stay in your sparring stance in one spot. And go. Again, go. Go. And go. Excellent. Second one, punches. Now remind you of these ones. when I do a punch, I'm gonna take my hand, I'm gonna curl my fingers in first, and then I'm gonna tuck my thumb along my knuckles here. See that? So if I go here, when I do my punch, let's say I'm punching towards you, my thumb is out of the way, right? If I stick it over here on the side, uh-oh, can you guys see the issue? If that thumb is sticking out, then whenever I do a punch, it's gonna get jammed, it's gonna stick into something, that's gonna hurt, right? If I go like this, it's all trapped in there, it doesn't know what's going on. So I gotta make sure, fingers first, do that with me. Fingers first, and then thumb goes right along the outside there, okay? That way we can punch safely. And finally, if you look at all those knuckles there, these two are the biggest. I don't think you can tell that there's little scars there from my 2nd degree test, but that's a story for another day. All right, these two big knuckles right here, those are the ones that you want to use for your punches. So let's practice those. And this should be a review. We talked about these not too long ago, right? I think it was last module we did a whole bunch of punches. So we're in our sparring stances. When I say go, boom, doing 2 punches. Ready? And go. Again, go. Again, making sure these punches go straight forward, straight back. There's no swing to them, right? That takes too long. And go. Again, go. You can notice I'm keeping my chin tucked in just a tiny bit. And go. And go. Go. Good. I'm gonna jump switch. Other side. Go. 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 And break. Good. The last strike is the knee smash. So the knee smash works like this. It's a combination of your knee coming up to do like a strike. If I go from the side, notice how my foot stays tucked down, kind of like a front kick chamber. And then my hands are going to come from the top and meet it in the middle. So my knee comes up, my hands come down, and I get back out to my ready stance. Or if I'm here, hands up, knee comes down, they break apart, and ready stance. If you do it nice and strong, you get that cool sound too, right? Hopefully you guys could hear that. Ready? When I say go, 2 knee smashes, 1 with each knee. Ready, and go. 1, 2. Good, right back to that sparring stance. And go. 1, 2. Excellent, again, ready, and go. 1, 2. And go. Good, and go. One more time, and go. Whew. Nice, guys. All right, let's finish this story real quick, okay? Take a knee for me. The boulder story. Remember, students get ready for their black belt test, right? Instructor brings them out to this field. They say, push that boulder up to the top of that hill over there. Yes, ma'am, I got this, right? They walk over, but they couldn't push it up. They tried. They even, we didn't get to this part yet, they went over and they grabbed a plank of wood, they jammed it underneath it, put something else under there to use it like a seesaw or a teeter-totter, and they jumped on one end, the boulder started to roll up the hill. But then, they couldn't keep pushing it, so it rolled back down. Thought, you know what? I gotta try it again. I gotta use all my strength. So, they jumped on one end, it started to roll up, they went and they pushed it, and it was rolling up the hill. But then it rolled back down. And they, went on and tried all these different things. Every variation of this story imaginable. They tried to get like a rocket to launch at the boulder to break it into smaller pieces. It didn't work. They tried to get a car. They tried to rent one so they could like pull it up to the top of the hill. But they weren't 23. They couldn't rent a car yet. Man, it was frustrating. They tried all these different things and they could never get this boulder to the top of the hill. And finally, they looked to their instructor. They said, ma'am, I can't do it. The instructor said, are you sure you've tried everything? Yes, ma'am, I've tried everything. I went miles in each direction. Their instructor looked at them and you know what they said? You never asked me for help. And the idea of the story is it's okay to ask for help. When you've tried all your options, you've tried to solve something and you can't do it by yourself, it's okay to go and ask someone. It's just a sign of strength saying, hey, I can't figure this out by myself. Let me see if someone could help me look at it in a different way. Or they can help me figure something out, right? Or maybe there's going to be something that's just too heavy to carry by yourself. Ask someone for help, right? We can always do that. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That is the boulder story. Let's stand up. All right, let's do these strikes again. Now, instead of just doing them randomly, we have a special order that we do them in for this tip, for our striking strike. And it goes like this. Let's go to our horse's stance first. Feet apart, bend the knees, keep good posture, stand up straight. Hands by our sides, right by our ribs here. Now, for this striking set for tigers, The first 2 strikes are palm strikes. So we're going to go right hand first, right? This is the right side of your screen, so take your right hand for me. Ready? Palm strike. And then we're going to do the other hand, palm strike. Ready? Again, palm, palm. One more time, ready? Go, palm, palm. The next 2 are going to be the punches. So we go punch, punch. Again, palm, palm, punch, punch. Ready? Go. Palm, palm, punch, punch. Good. Now when I say go, I want you to see if you can remember those 4 in a row, okay? I'll do it about 2 seconds after I say go, so you have a chance to show me, okay? Ready? And go. What were the first 2 and last 2? See if you can remember. Ready? Palm, palm, punch, punch. Good. Next one. Knees. So we go like this. Ready? Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee. Back to our horse's stance. Make sense? Let's do it again. Ready? Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee. Good. Again. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, and knee. Good. Making sure that each time you do that knee smash, you hit the knee as you bring the knee up high, okay? Now, I want us to go 30 seconds of these, okay? 30 seconds on our own, practicing those strikes in a row. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, and knee. And then, I'm going to join in just a second. I'm going to get a quick drink of water. But palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee. Ready? 30 seconds on your marks. Get set and go for it, guys. Cool, I'm going to jump in with you. If you needed some help remembering the order, palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, and knee. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, and knee. Good, one more time. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, and knee. Good, back to attention and natural stance. So, this is a super important time. I want to remind everybody, let's take a knee. We're going to practice those a little bit more in a second too. But very important to remind us, when can we practice karate? Right? When and where? What are the places? So, can we practice it in the school, in the karate school here? Usually, right? When we're allowed to. Right now, we're making sure we're keeping everybody healthy and safe by staying home. So, right now, we're not doing that. But at home, we can practice, but we need to do something first. What was it? If you guys, see if you can remember. Before I practice at home, I need to make sure that I ask somebody, an adult that's there, right? I ask them, they can help me find a space that's safe to practice, probably like they did for you guys right now, right? That way, I can make sure that I'm safe as I practice, right? So at home, but only if I've asked somebody first. But I never practice in the car. I don't practice at the grocery store if I'm going there. I don't practice on a walk outside. I'm making sure we just do it at home with our parents or our grandparents, like grown-ups' permission who's there with us, okay? So those are the 2 places. When you guys get older, we'll talk about self-defense, but right now, Tiger's age, I'm not worried about that. So at home, when we ask permission, when we're allowed back in this karate school, when the health officials tell us it's safe, then we can practice here again, right? So just a quick reminder. Let's stand back up. Let's get to these strikes again now. We're actually going to give them some numbers. Instead of just saying palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee, we're going to give them the numbers 1 through 6. So the first 2 strikes, they were what? Palms, right? So 1 and 2 are going to be our palm strikes. If I say 1, 2, 1, 2, serve. So it's palms. Again, ready? Try it with me. 1, 2, 1, 2, serve. Again. 1, 2, 1, 2, serve. 3 and 4 are punches. Remember those closed hand with, one more time reminder, see where the thumb is? It doesn't go on the side here, right? It's going to go right underneath. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, serve. 3, 4, 3, 4, serve. 1, 2, 1, 2, serve. 3, 4, 3, 4, serve. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, serve. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Palm, palm, punch, punch. Nice. Back to attention. Now, see if you can remember, what's that last strike? Where did our palms and our punches, bam, 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 What's the last one? Has 2 words in it. Knee smash, right? So that's going to be 5 and 6. We're doing our knee smashes for 5 and 6. So we start in our horse's stance. We go palm, palm. That's 1 and 2. And then punch, punch. That's 3 and 4. 5 and 6. Knee smashes. Back to attention. And you are rocking. Let's do it again. Horse's stance. Ready, set, and 1, 2. 1, 2, serve. 3, 4. 3, 4, serve. 5, 6. 5, 6, serve. Again, ready? 1, 2. 1, 2, serve. 3, 4. 3, 4, serve. Ooh, there we go. 5, 6. 5, 6, serve. Nice. Back to attention. Guys looking pretty good with that, I hope. Right, working hard on it. Palms, punches, and then knee smashes. Let's add these together and do them on our own again, okay? But every time you do it, I want you to face a different direction. So I might start facing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I might turn and face these Wave Masters over here. And I would do the same 6 strikes over towards them. All right? Let's do this, guys. Find your space again. If you got anybody near you, make sure you've got room between you so you're not accidentally going to strike each other. None of that should be happening. All right? 30 seconds. 6 strikes, face another direction. Ready, set, and go. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, knee. Oh, face this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Facing you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now I'm going to face this way. Remember, the right hand always goes first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. 10 more seconds, guys. See if you can do it 2 or 3 more times, okay? All 6 strikes. Palm, palm, punch, punch, knee, and knee. 3, 2, 1. Break. All right. Couple more times here, you guys ready? These are our speed challenges. When I say go, you're going to see how fast you can do the entire striking set, okay? So I say go. Horse's stance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to attention. You guys ready? On your marks. Get set and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to attention. Good. Again, even faster. On your marks. Get set. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's getting pretty fast. All right, I'm going to go even faster this time. On your marks. Get set and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Ooh, there's an elbow in the beginning and level 1 version. For tigers, we just have 6 strikes. If you're working from level 1 view, then there are back knuckles and elbows for 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's see real quick. One more time. Again, ready? Tiger version here. Palm strikes, punches, knee smashes. Ready, on your marks. Get set and go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Back to attention. Nice. All right, guys. Let's go ahead and take a knee one final time. Yeah, any tigers running, there's extra striking sets. There's more of them where there's the longer version that we're doing right now, where all the beginners and level 1s are working on that. There's a second one that has a whole lot of chops in it and spear hand strikes. And there's a third one that's got a lot more specialty strikes like tiger claws where you grab and boom and scratch down. They're pretty cool. You guys will learn those as you get older if we get a striking set module in there too. One more reminder, boulder story. The student had to go was testing for their black belt, and all they had to do was push a boulder up to the top of the hill. They tried all these different things and they never worked, right? And finally at the end of the day, they go over to their instructor who's like lounging next to a tree, sipping on some lemonade, just enjoying life. And they say, master, I can't do this. I can't get the boulder to the top of the hill. And the instructor looks and says, are you sure? Have you tried everything? Yes, master, I've tried everything. Say, oh, you never asked me for help. The idea that when we're learning something right, we're trying to figure something out, we can ask people for help. It's okay. Maybe it's a word in a book that we're reading and we're not too sure what it means. I can go to my older brother, sister, and say, hey, do you know what this means? Or I can go to my parents or anybody who's with me and say, hey, can you help me out with this, right? And it's okay to do that, right? It's okay to ask for help. And that's what we can learn from that boulder story. So that is it. Nice work with the strikes there, guys. I hope you're giving it 110% effort. All the energy that you've got for tip testing next week. Show me that you know those 6 strikes. Palms, punches, and knee smashes in that order for the striking stripe. That's still really fun to say. So let's stand up, guys. Other announcements, just a reminder that tip week starts on Monday. Ideally, if you can, please submit videos just in the tip week and not in non-tipping weeks. It's fine if it's a week, 2 weeks late or 4 weeks late, right? I'm okay with that. The reason I like it in a tip week is just, I usually check Discord on my computer during a tip week, and it takes like 3 different windows to get everything set up to promote somebody. Whereas during a non-tip week, I'll try to answer as quickly as I can, just do it on my phone. And I want to make sure I don't miss anything. So if it's in a tip testing week, I usually have stuff already pulled up on my computer. I can do everything in an order to make sure that you get the tip and it's awarded on the system. So that way when you come back, we give you the right number of tips. So I just want to make sure that everything is right, and that's a lot easier to do, and I can more consistently do it correctly during a tip week when I've got it all set up. So that's it. I will see you guys next week. Tuesday we have the live Tigers class at 3:30, and Thursday we have the live one at 3:30 for all ranks. I'll let you guys know if there's any extra classes next week as soon as I know. But that is it for now. So good work, guys. Thank you for coming to List 1 Attention. And I hope you guys have a great weekend, a safe weekend. Make sure you guys drink a lot of water, get some good sleep. Let's bow out. Class dismissed. Bye, guys. Thank you guys for coming.